understand me now. Sometimes I feel a little mad, but don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem to be bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
How's it going, guys? I'm just going to be showing you guys my field gear for 65, 66. Pretty basic bare bones setup that I'm going to be using for a upcoming event. I'm not really going to be wearing this. This is going to be more of a display, but if anything, I figured I might as well record this. So first thing I'm going to start off with is the boots. So we got the M51 rough out boots. Can't really think of the name of the second pair. I think it's like MacArthur boots or something like that. I could be entirely wrong, so I apologize for that. Pretty much the only difference between the later version of these and the early version is the sole, and I think maybe the stitching on the back, but other than that they're practically the same. But these M51 boots, they have speed laces, they're rough out, and they're kind of designed after the World War II paratrooper boots that were extremely rare. They're like specifically for the Marines or something like that. But yeah, there's that. Here's just kind of the basic uniform, so you actually really see a multitude of different colored socks, so black, white, green, you see it all. You have the standard utilities, and I believe the P56 utilities alongside. They might be P58, I could be entirely wrong, I'm not too sure. But yeah, the pockets are pretty much the main difference between the two, but pretty cool. You see both in Vietnam. You see dyed green t-shirts. This isn't dyed, I literally just bought it like this. But there were a lot of shirts that looked just like this. You got white t-shirts, and most guys didn't even wear t-shirts. So there's that. There's my 8-point. Another piece of helmet gear, or I guess headgear. It's just the M1 pot helmet. You see a multitude of helmet bands, World War II covers, mosquito net covers. You see it all, honestly. It's just really a big mix of whatever. It's entirely up to you. One thing I almost forgot was the liner underneath. It's a World War II slash Vietnam mix, but there's that. Here's just the basic field gear. I mean, you got two M61 ammo pouches on each side, two canteens, jumper first aid. No suspenders, and the reason for that is a multitude of guys used them. A lot of guys didn't, in all honesty. Like even Da Nang, I believe, the landing in Da Nang, guys didn't even wear suspenders. So it's entirely up to you. I don't think it was heavily regulated. I've seen a lot of guys with the M44 suspenders and the M41s alongside with the World War II M41. So you see a little bit of everything, in all honesty. But just the basic web setup. I mean, I got the M61 belt, pistol belt. Two canteens, both metal. I see a lot of guys just using like the plastic and the metal, like a lot of reenactors. I just wanted to be a little different. Here's the M14. It has a original stock. It's pretty much a WeTech that I modified. Cotton sling, really pretty gun, and I'm overall pretty happy. Here's my two bandoliers. You see a mixture of the World War II bandoliers alongside with pretty much the brand new M14 ones. So there's that, alongside with some dummy rounds inside. So pretty cool. Here's my M41 pack on a plywood rucksack, I think, plywood pack board or something. Yeah, pretty cool. It has a 3-cell grenade pouch or something like that. World War II shovel, World War II shovel cover. It's like the M41 or something like that, shovel cover, but there's that. For my personal items, you know, I have the New Testament, heavy hints for light packs, even these phrase book, you know, notebook, you know, just a Marine notebook, accessory pack. I have some boot bands, some extra boot lace, a couple of watches, cigarettes, in all honesty. PX card, I'm not sure if they had these early or they could have. Just a few hygiene items such as a soap box, mirror. These are both from World War II, but I bought this from a lot. That was, it came from a 9th ID vet, and he actually used them in Vietnam, which is really cool. Got my government pen, pocket knife, bug juice, a couple C-Rat stuff, P38, Salem cigarettes. I think I might have already said that. over here I have my leather hygiene bag with a bunch of hygiene items such as, you know, deodorant, shampoo, mouthwash, aftershave, that kind of thing. These hygiene bags, I believe they might have been used. There is one really cool photo that I have that there's a guy carrying one out in the field. You see a lot of these just kind of in the rear or on base, but in all honesty, a lot of people use the personal effects bag. But the thing behind the personal effects bag is pretty much those were only used, from what I've read, those were only used whenever a guy was KIA. So I mean, you know, it doesn't really make sense to have one if they were only ever used for somebody who died in combat. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that guys maybe just used whatever like ditty bag they could, or they literally just shoved them in their rucksack. So I'm not entirely sure on the whole like how they pack their hygiene items, but I'm just assuming that they use these leather bags. But I mean, this is pretty much the setup. It's very basic. Here's my Mitchell tent shelter half. But I mean, they were used, but not often, in all honesty. So you guys can really just go without one if you want to save some money. You can either spend a lot of money on this impression, or this could be like the cheapest impression for you. One item that I did forget was pretty much the butt pack. I mean, this is probably a big surprise to most of you guys, but the butt pack was actually widely used by the Marines in 65 and 66, maybe even in 67 and even 68. I've seen a few guys in Hawaii City with some of them. But yeah, I mean, another thing is the M56 suspenders. They were using those as well. I don't really see any canteens, maybe even the pistol belts, but in all honesty, like, yeah, the butt packs were actually really used often. I've seen guys with literally like the butt pack and M41 setup. You know, guys didn't just use just one or anything like that. There was a huge mix of gear. Another thing that I forgot to mention was that guys use the Arvin rucksack. That's pretty unique alongside with the lightweight rucksack. It's honestly just a big mix of everything. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. You know, sorry that I haven't really been posting too much. I actually have been kind of posting decently, but you know, I wish I was posting more. A couple of delays have happened over time, and yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to see more content or just more photos of what's going on with my collection and whatnot, I highly suggest you guys checking out my Instagram. But yeah, I'll go ahead and see you guys around.